With only 5 games left in the Under-19s Academy League at the end of the season, Leeds Rhinos Academy play their final game here at Stanley in the regular season in a derby match against Bradford Bulls that does prove to be a very tight one. Leeds coming off the back of that win against Warrington last week. Ewan Stevens scoring 4 tries and currently sit 3rd in the league behind Wigan and a point behind St Helens. So I'm Dan Hawkhead and welcome to this live stream here at Stanley. It's a great hot and humid evening for us all. And alongside me for this one I've got Ollie Burton, hooker, who's made 12 appearances this season. Ollie, coming into the game, what have you guys been talking about in a tight derby clash?
It's just going to be a tough game all the way through, and we all need to dig deep in this warm weather conditions. Just need to play well and pull together as a team, because it's going to test us physically and mentally in these conditions.
And another win, hopefully on the cards for yourselves. Did the result up at Odsal give you confidence going into this one?
Yeah, but we don't ever think of our past results of a team. We need to always keep looking forward, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one today.
So we'll just quickly run through the lineup, starting with the Rhinos for this evening's game. And at fullback is Liam Whitton. There's a number 2, Ewan Stevens, who scored 4 tries, as I say, against Warrington 2 weeks ago. Tom Barton is his centre. Ben Markland and Liam Tyndall are over on the right. In the halves, Harvey Spence and the returning Callum McClelland after playing 3 games on dual registration for Featherstone Rovers. Callum is back alongside Harvey for this one. Into the forwards, Rian Rowley and Louis McConnell are the props, with Corey Johnson combining again to create that spine that's played 6 games this season. And into the back row, Lewis Delaney returns, replacing Sam Walters, who's currently on loan with Batley. Brad Martin and Jared O'Connor came off the bench last week against Warrington. He starts this one, and the coach is Rob Burrow. For Bradford at fullback, Matthew Race. On the wings, Murphy Smith and Kieran Bryning. The centres, Ryan Butterworth and Sam Smith. Butterworth did score here last season in the 32-10 win for the Rhinos. In the halves, Luke Littlewood and Harry Shackleton. And into the forward pack, Eben Skur and Keelan Foster, with Lachlan McGill in at hooker. The back row is Vitas Vizanis, Isaac Coleman and Ethan O'Hanlon, who's played twice for Yorkshire this season, and the head coach is Lee Beattie. And on to the interchange bench. For the Rhinos, it's Harry Anderson, who drops down after starting against Warrington. Tyler Dupree and Sam Morehouse are still within the pack, and Liam Hamill is back in the side after scoring twice against the Casper Tigers in the 28-all draw. For Bradford, Enasu Madoti, Bradley Ho, Cameron Berry and William Adams. So a couple of changes in there for the Rhinos, notably Liam Hamill on the bench. Is that just to hopefully give the backs a bit of respite should the hot conditions get to them, Ollie?
Yeah, but Liam's been training well, and he's been training with forwards, so he's going to bring a big impact and hopefully give forwards a rest.
And it's the same question, I guess, for Harry Anderson as well. And will he be there to support, Callum McClelland and Harvey Spence in the heat?
Yeah, I think so. Well, even though it's hot conditions, still think that with all training we've done those, I think our players will still be able to cope with it, and it's just going to be tough, and we've got a strong bench to back everyone up to keep that intensity going.
Well, the Rhinos have plenty of power in that back line. As you say, Ewan Stevens scoring 4 tries. He's been one of the top performing in his first year for the 19s, playing alongside him throughout scholarship and into this year. Ollie, you must know how powerful he is on the field.
Yeah, he's a very good player. Ewan has been performing well, and yeah, through scholarship as well, has performed always, and yeah, he's a really good player to have around you on field.
And we should really have spoken about it before, but Callum McClelland is the big name back in the team. How did the team react when they found out that he was going to be back in the side?
Well, it's always good to have a lot of experienced players in the side, and he'll definitely bring that experience and composure to us.
And he'll definitely be filling in slightly the boots of Sam Walters, who has played extremely well over the last few games in the win here. in the win here against Newcastle and the win at Warrington, providing plenty of tries. How's he been coming into the squad this year and really implementing himself, along with Jared, who is starting today?
Yeah, Sam and Jared have really gelled with us really well, and they're just part of the team now, and it's no different since they started. They're just good lads, and they've come together as a team with us.
So Jared set for his 9th start of the season. Whilst Brad Martin as well in the back row, playing his 10th start of the season. It's just worth saying that Harvey Spence, we can see the kicking capabilities within the side. Harvey Spence is currently behind his tally for last season, but again, Ewan Stevens is in there, and Jack Mallinson in there that's provided the support. And there's only Ewan, I guess, that could do that in this game. Is having players with the different abilities like Ewan with his kicking, what does that give to the side?
Well, it's always good to have a good kicker, because in them crucial moments, so it's good, yeah, because them 2 points could win games, and I think all kickers have been very good this season.
Well, he overtook Liam Whitton, did Ewan, as top try scorer for the Rhinos with 13. Spence still up there with 59 goals and does lead the points tally with 122, with Ewan on 78 behind him. So kickoff is approaching here at Stanley for this derby clash. Don't go anywhere as the Leeds Rhinos take on the Bradford Bulls. Elsewhere today, Castleford Tigers are facing Huddersfield Giants up at the Menderhose, with the Giants looking to jump themselves back into the top 4. And across the weekend as well, on Saturday, Wakefield Trinity taking on London Broncos, Widnes against Newcastle Thunder, the leaders Wigan taking on 4th place Warrington. That'll be a really beautiful tie. And on the Sunday, it'll be City of Hull against St Helens as the teams emerge out onto the field. We'll just run you through those teams one last time, starting with the home side of the Rhinos. So Liam Whitton is at fullback, the wingers Ewan Stevens and Liam Tyndall, the centres Tom Barton and Ben Markland. In the halves, Callum McClellan returns to partner Harvey Spence, and in the front pack, Ryan Rowley and Louis McConnell are the props, with Corey Johnson in at hooker. Lewis Delaney, Brad Martin and Jared O'Connor complete the 13, and for the head coach, Rob Burrow. For Bradford, Matthew Race is at fullback. Murphy Smith and Kieran Bryan will be providing extra speed out on the wings. Ryan Butterworth and Sam Smith in at centre. Luke Littlewood and Harry Shackleton are the halves. Ibn Skur is at prop. As the game gets underway, kicking down towards Spence. There's a little bit of a mix-up between, Ewan Stevens and Callum McClellan there. Stevens, who eventually reclaims here. Johnson. Ryan Rowley, first hit up of the game. That's big contact in the middle. From the Bulls looking to assert their dominance nice and early in this game. McConnell is making one of the players that's making the most meters this season, and does have 15 starts. He only missed the game against Newcastle as Spence gets a kick away, and it's Murphy Smith who lets it go into touch. And how's that for an opening set for you, Ollie?
I think that's a really good set. We've got him in there half, and it's just all about defence now, just keeping him down here and controlling him.
And the team has spoken highly of how defensively they need to keep consistency towards the end of the season. As we say, only a handful of games left before the playoff campaign. And if it stays as it is, the Rhinos will be going to face St Helens away from home. But how they would like to be back here on home soil with a home crowd.
Yeah, all these last games are very important, and we just need to get these wins. They're very important games.
Shackleton gives the ball off onto Coleman, who's just held up in the tackle there by Martin and Rowley. 3 men in that one. Now it's with Keelan Foster, who gets the ball, carts the ball just short of halfway. Shackleton will kick the ball away, looking to just dabble it in behind Liam Whitten, who leaves it to roll over the dead ball line. So Leeds will have a 7 tackle set here, starting on the 20-metre line. Whitten with 12 tries this season. He's very consistent with his try scoring, which he's very pleased. He's very pleased with. Liam Tyndall, the other Liam, coming in off the other wing just to offer support for him there. Johnson onto O'Connor, who gives a flat pass off to Lewis Delaney. You can see the heavy strapping on his knee following his knee injury. He's back for the better though, and playing well. Only missed last week after playing 3 consistent games beforehand. Johnson onto McConnell. McConnell out the back to Spence. He's onto McClelland, who's well wrapped up there by Ryan Butterworth. Bulls number 3 reading the play well, but McClelland does well to keep his feet. And the referee will give a knock-on against the Rhinos, to the disgusted look of Callum McClelland there.
Yeah, we just need to control them here, because still in their half, just control it and have that good day. So these first 20 minutes will be crucial in this weather as well, just see which team breaks first.
So it'll be Bradford to bring it away, as it's with Vazanis. Just taking the ball beyond halfway. The ball's in a great position here. It's going to be McGill out of dummy half. Gives it on then to Eben Skur. Gets the ball beyond the 30. And Leeds really will be looking to muscle up in defence. Keelan Foster now getting them just inside of the 20. Shackleton out the back to Race, who just should have really given the ball to Butterworth, but instead was well wrapped up there by Callum McClelland. Short side play, a little fumble there from Coleman, and the ball is turned over. Lucky there you'd have to say for Leeds.
Yeah, but we're lucky, but I still think we had it covered. Yeah, we had the numbers, and yeah, we need to control them and keep them errors, because we need to just keep going, because I feel like we're the fitter team, so they'll break first.
Stevens, nice little step off the right. Just casts his way back in and will get the penalty. Just saw the raising of the leg there from Murphy Smith. Just gets penalised by the referee and gives Leeds easy possession and territory off Spence's kick. It's been Markland who gets the play underway, and a little juggle there from Rowley. I think the nerves not really settled from that early hit up in the opening minutes. O'Connor bounces off the right foot and back into the line, looking to find a little hole. He's scored twice this season. Both of them coming in his last 2 games here at Stanley. McConnell now looked to throw the dummy, but instead bounces off the Bulls defenders. Spence onto Whitten, who was falling onto that ball, and it's Sam Smith there just to make sure that Whitten's wrapped up. McConnell into McGill onto the 5th tackle.
Good set, good meters there.
McClelland with the high kick, looking to pressure Murphy Smith, but Ben Markland and Ewan Stevens are there applying a lot of pressure to make sure the winger doesn't get anywhere out of his 20-metre zone. And this will be where I think defensively it'll show how well we will play today.
Yeah, definitely. These first sets just need to get stuck into them.
Just what McConnell and Johnson are doing there. Now it's with Sam Smith in at the line. Good tackle from Tom Barton, a Kippax teammate of yourself.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and his defence is really, really good.
As Leeds concede the penalty there for the high shot on, thanks to Ryan Rowley. on Kieran Brining. So the Bulls once again getting the extra meters and the extra possession, something that Leeds will have to restrict if they don't want to keep defensively.
We definitely don't need that in this weather as well.
Starts with Coleman into the line, and O'Connor and Rowley just struggling to get the get the back rower down there, and they've got a bit of a roll on here, Bradford, with Foster. And McGill has options. He goes to his right, flat pass to Skur, who grounds that ball, and the referee will just have a minute. And he looks convinced here, because the Bradford contingent, that this will be 4 points. And the opening try for the visitors. We'll wait on our referee, who points to the spot. And Eben Skur opens the scoring here for the away side. Bradford taking an early 4-0 lead.
Yeah, that's definitely not the start we want. We just need to have a good kick-off now and just control them and make sure our day is good.
Just see it there, Foster landing on his front, a great roll on. McGill short pass to Skur, who just rolls away from McConnell and does really well actually to ground that ball under pressure from 3 Leeds players. Shackleton steps up, slots his first goal of the afternoon, and with just shy of 10 minutes on the clock, Bradford are up 6-0 early on. Eben Skur with that early effort. Leeds have been in this position before, just been down early on, so they'll be feeling confident they can come back from this. City of Hull's a good example.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we can definitely come back from it.
Spence gets us off and underway, and Shackleton just lets that ball bounce on the floor. Instead takes it back into the line. Quite a handful as a half-back to tackle, looking at him there early on. As now it's Butterworth. And they will use the backs to get themselves out of their own half here, Bradford. As Smith, it's Morgan Smith, is pushing up in at the line. Now it's with Foster. He gets a nice powerful run up to halfway and forces his way back up. He set up that try really well that Bradford scored early on, as Smith works his way over to this near side. Good tackle from Barton. Bradford once again really applying the pressure here on Leeds, as Littlewood gets the kick away and Witten just allows that to bounce in goal. And Leeds again, after that poor kick, just given the chance to have another 7 tackle set.
Yeah, that's really good for us as well, and that's going to definitely keep tiring them out if they keep giving us 7 tackle sets away. Oh, good run from you on there.
He just loses that ball, and Littlewood picks it up, taking it to the line. A little bit of footwork to try and get away from McClelland, and Leeds really can't concede here and be 2 scores down inside of 10 minutes. As it's Butterworth, I'm saying his name plenty of times, so likes to get his hands on the ball early on. As Bazinais takes that ball in. Shackleton, short ball to Foster, who reads it well, the Leeds defenders. Johnson and Witten in there. And instead they drop it off again to the big forwards. They're really using them to batter through Leeds here. That's Ethan O'Hanlon, as Littlewood finds Sam Smith, who gets that ball away for a race, who rolls over and grounds the ball. That'll be a second score for Bradford. And the away side have really taken a grip in this game, Ollie.
Yeah, it's definitely not the start we want. It's just over 10 minutes and 2 tries down. But I feel like we're going to come back stronger and really dig deep in this game. So we need to definitely get back into it.
You could just see how the forwards have done all the hard work there, and Smith does well to get the offload away, and Race straight at the line. Witten's got it covered. Should maybe do better. As the fullback, as his opposite number rolls over to score. Shackleton steps up, left foot straight through the ball, and the flags go up once more. That takes it out to a 12-0 lead in favour of Bradford. And it can't be alarm bells ringing at the moment, Ollie. It really can't from a Leeds perspective.
No, we can.
We've got to stay composed.
Yeah, we can definitely get back into this game, and we just need to keep trying to grind them down and just try and make sure that we end up just keep doing the sets and completing.
Shackleton uses a bit of footwork to make sure that he has control of that ball before giving it on to Foster, who runs into Rian Rowley and Louis McConnell. Two very big blokes, as Murphy Smith is dumped on his back. Butterworth again, running straight at the line, using his speed and footwork. I know Hanlon just comes up with the error there, and the referee will give it in favour of the Rhinos, which after the 12 minutes we've had, Ollie, we need.
Yeah, definitely. And we're in their half now and just need to complete our sets and just keep them down there and just keep defending.
It's a great attacking opportunity on their 40-metre line. And we've spoken about the talents that are in this side already and that can score anywhere on the field.
Yeah, definitely.
Lewis Delaney takes that ball to ground, eventually gets up and plays it to Jared O'Connor. He's had plenty of carries out of the attacking sets that Leeds have had. Let's get his hands on the ball nice and early. McConnell at the back to McClelland, who gives it to Witten, who shapes it out wide, but comes back on his inside, does the full-back. McClelland uses a bit of footwork again at the line. Big hit on him in back play as the ball finds its way out to Liam Tyndall, who goes down under pressure from the Bulls. 15 metres out here, Leeds. McConnell just setting Leeds up in the middle of those posts on the fifth tackle. You'd think it'll come to Spence this one. It doesn't. It goes to McClelland, who gives it a flat pass, and Brad Martin should score there, and Brad Martin does score.
Great line from Brad there. And Cal did well. He drew all the defenders in, and great line from Brad.
And that's the one thing that you can rely on Brad Martin to do for you, is run those strong lines. We saw him run a great one against Newcastle to score.
Yeah, we were similar try to that, just good line, and just because
you can see Butterworth shoot there, can't you? Which just allows that space to open up for Martin, because he was probably anticipating the kick or the pass out the back even to Markland.
Yeah, that's definitely what we need now. Just getting back into this game.
Second try of the season, Brad. After scoring, as we say, last week against Newcastle. Sorry, 3 weeks ago, start of the month. With the 19s having a week off last week following the win at Warrington. Spence will just line this one up. Swings the foot round, just waiting for the flags. But the flags aren't raised, and the score stays at 12 points to 4 in favour of Bradford, but that'll give the Leeds some confidence, won't it, Ollie?
Yeah, definitely. Push us on now and can see where they're weak, and I think they're definitely tiring.
Which we're expecting in the heat that we've got.
Yeah, it's very warm.
It's very hot and humid from our commentary position as well. Hydration will be key for both sides in this one. It's not it sort of levels the field out, I guess, as Spence carries that ball. It's Ewan Stevens, sorry. Takes that ball in, and Shackleton and Vazaniz are there, but concede the penalty, holding down too long. It's what the referee likes. So it will be Spence that kicks that ball out over the touchline. And once again, Leeds just profiting from Bradford's errors early on, as Johnson didn't think he really wanted that ball, gave it then on to Louis McConnell, who gains a few more metres to get Leeds shy of halfway. Rowley in at the line, a good
run from Ryan.
run. This one is just yet to settle into this game, Ryan. Spence, Witten, using a bit of footwork, and does beat Littlewood there. But the other two forwards know better. O'Connor in at the line. He's just a direct runner, gets you those metres nice and early. Johnson onto McClellan, a bit of space out wide once again. Markland, mistimed pass that goes into touch, and that's really an opportunity that needs to be executed with the scoreline as it is.
Yeah, definitely, but I think it's our ball. Yeah, I think they tapped it out, yeah.
They tapped it out?
Yeah.
They did.
Good field position now.
Brilliant field position, read the play too early there.
Yeah.
So just, you'd say a little lifeline here for Leeds, but they'll look to bring the score to within 10 should they kick.
Yeah, just need to complete the set.
Apply pressure like Bradford have done in that opening 10. You could definitely give the second 10 to Leeds, as Witten looks to just stretch out and is just
so
shy of the
close.
line. He's just short there, the fullback. Johnson out of dummy half, looks to ground the ball and is adjudged to be held up. There were shouts from the fans down there. We could hear them from where we are that thought he grounded that ball. Let's just see it again. And he's up and he just goes.
Nearly spun over there as well.
Nearly. So nearly did what almost did what Matthew Race did for Bradford to score their second try. As McConnell just getting pushed back there by Vazaniz and McGill. McClelland short, delays the pass to Witten. There's a bit of space and he scores, Liam Witten. After being denied the first time, the fullback is in for his 13th try of the season, taking his tally now to be one of the top try scorers.
Yeah, great try from Liam there. Just came around and just went straight through that gap.
We just see it there, the delayed pass from McClellan goes behind the back of Martin, and the space once again left open by Butterworth.
Yeah, just had them numbers on him.
So if it just got to Witten, you're looking at, you know, Markland and also Stevens if it gets to them as well. Definitely right, they did have the numbers. Which is definitely an area where Leeds can exploit the Bulls.
Yeah, 2 tries down that side.
Misreading the runs, it's Coleman, who said Butterworth, and Murphy Smith as well. Butterworth does seem to be charging out the line.
Yeah, I think he's
There's
just
a couple
trying
of guys just charging out.
Yeah, just trying to overread it and just exploited it twice and got 2 tries from it.
Spence looks at those flags and the flags are raised.
Good kick.
And it brings Leeds to within 10 points as we take a quick drinks break here at Stanley. The score, Leeds 10, Bradford 12.
The bar just started shouting at me with food in his mouth.
Who's been drinking? I could see it coming up. They drink.
I think it was mumbling something in his bed, wasn't it?
Because, that's right. I got us that and then Darren asked me to get into one.
I give a quick kind of cook, but you don't want to put it through the till. It's like, oh, no.
It's like a, oh.
Yeah, I have no idea what he said. I don't think you're having a go, just mumbling, so I don't know.
He had his mouth.
Yeah, his mouth full of fluid or something like that. Stop going.
Shouldn't that be 12 all or 12-10?
So that quick drinks break, as we say, the hot and humid conditions they will be playing a part
We're just testing them, weren't we? You've got to tell me it's upside down.
in where we are in here. We're sweating.
Inside out.
Inside out. Wait,
Yeah, just needs to keep getting waters on and keep keeping hydrated. Yeah, it's very warm conditions.
I'm going to feel like
To help me, you.
inside, but I didn't see it. She just sent me a picture of me saying I see you.
It'll be Bradford who scored those 2 early tries through Sker and Race, as the kickoff is allowed to bounce out by McConnell.
That's
And
not
really,
not
when
what we
Leeds have
want.
the momentum,
Yeah,
it's not something you need to be conceding. There's a goal line dropout.
just a bit of miscommunication there, and just need to probably react quicker.
Just note Tyler Dupree is out on the park as Shackleton again playing a bit of football. Come off the boots and picked up eventually by Keelan Foster. He's straight back into the line. Dupree in there along with Martin and McClelland. Now it's with Bazanais. With Bradford again in a great position in the middle of the field, and Sker, who's already got 1 try, thanks to a quick roll on from the Bulls, and that's a knock-on and good result in the end for Leeds.
Yeah, good result. Definitely good result. Just need to get out of our half, kick deep and keep him down there, really.
He just wanted the quick play of the ball, didn't he? You could see him have a
Yeah.
go, but the referee's the man out there, and Leeds did get, well, it's one apiece now, isn't it? Because Leeds got done of one of those as well.
Yeah. It's just they're trying to play it quick, and errors do happen, and it's just the team who makes less errors is going to go away with this win.
As Tyndall takes that ball out, was a top meter maker, I believe, against Warrington.
Yeah, even very well does. Tyndall is a good, strong carrier.
Out of the East Leeds Community Club. Brad Martin gets the ball away there for Markland, who gains just a metre or 2 more. Didn't allow Markland plenty of space to run into. McClelland again just double pumping that ball and keeping those defenders guessing, and a flat, questionably forward pass finds Tom Barton. Gains again a couple more metres. O'Connor in no man's land by himself, forced to take the ball in. The ball's better to it, as Johnson just spots the gap behind, and does a little jink as well to try getting himself away. Last time he was here, he got 2 tries. Looking to add to his season's tally. And does get Leeds up to within a couple of metres. McClelland shapes it at the line, looks to roll himself over. But again, a good place to turn the ball over despite not scoring, Ollie.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to turn the ball over. Hopefully get an error for him here, and they're right on their line, just need to rev up and keep him down here.
We've spoken already about the importance of defence, and after the start that we've had, I think it will be another telling sign here to see how Leeds are and mussing up, as McConnell with a big shot there on Murphy Smith. Made his way over from that right-hand side. As now it's with Sker. Let's just get a few more metres after running laterally. Does a good job to get the quick play as well. Butterworth. Thrown to the ground by Martin. As Leeds apply pressure and apply needed pressure on the Bulls. At the 5th tackle now. As the ball comes to Shackleton over on that far side. It's a scruffy kick. comes off a lead. You think that's come off a Leeds leg, so we'll see where he's giving this one. Gives it the way of Leeds, reluctantly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a poor kick though. We're basically in their half now already, so probably could have done with that one going deep.
Forcing, Stevens and Whitten, although you're running the risk, aren't you, that once they get to full speed, they're away. As we saw with Ewan Stevens with his 4 tries. You can see those now. See those highlights on YouTube. Watch them all yourself. See the talent coming through here at Leeds Rhinos. Tyler Dupree. Another big carry, and one of the people that you can be relying on to do good minutes in this game, Tyler, and make the meters and score the tries. Another one who got 2 against Newcastle. McConnell. O'Connor. Onto McClelland, moving this ball out wide, and Stevens is in some space, and just like against Warrington, Ewan Stevens is on the board, nice and early. Good try.
Yeah, that's a great try with 3 tries down that edge, and it's definitely exploiting them where they're weak. Yeah, they're shooting in as well, so it's just creating them numbers and giving us that overlap.
And we see it again, it's the knowledge from Whitten just to know that Murphy Smith's coming off his wing and knows the speed, as we've said already, that Ewan Stevens possesses.
That's a great pass from Liam there. Drew defenders in and just found a great pass to Ewan.
It's going to be an area in this game that, as we're seeing, is somewhere where Leeds can benefit. It's the 3rd try we've got down that far side. Spence will just line this one up, looking to give Leeds a 4-point lead. Just under the half-an-hour mark. This boot goes to ball, and the flags stay down. So only a 2-point advantage, but Leeds back on top. I think importantly, back on top here.
Definitely, that's definitely really important. And they scored them quick 2 tries, but we've hit back and got the lead now, so it's definitely really good.
It's going to be retaining it. We've seen a couple of times this season. We've done really well and built on that. Look at Warrington in that 58-0 win. As we say, with St Helens playing City of Hull, we're going to need all the points we can get, looking at the point that's currently between us and the game against the Saints up at Emerald Headingley.
Yeah, we definitely need a win in that game, and it's going to be a tough game, but we need to dig deep in that game as well, get them crucial points.
Dupree with the nice early drive, and that's the sort of player that you want to make those meters nice and early and assert your dominance in the pack. We've just introduced Sam Morehouse out there as well. Yeah, the big bodies.
Yeah, big guys. They get a lot of meters as well, and both very strong carries as well.
They must be really nice to play off as a hooker yourself.
Yeah, they are. A lot of offloads, a lot of quick player balls. Yeah, it's really good.
As McClelland just uses his footwork and gets himself through. But the referee brings the ball back in favour of Leeds. That's why we can't really play it on there, but we'll run with the referee with this one. Any possession's good in this one so far. Markland gets the play going with Dupree. Again, it would be ideal for the first man carries, and Sam Morehouse, as you can just see in the middle of your screen there, wearing the 17 jumper, he will be a key player alongside Dupree as long as they're out on the park. McClelland onto Markland, but Murphy Smith does well just to come in on the back, stop the centre in his tracks. Dupree again, second play in this set. Johnson to Spence, waits for Witten, and quick passing again makes itself out wide to Liam Tyndall, who just puts that ball down. And there was nothing on.
No, I just need to complete that set, really. That's what we need, just complete the set.
Just see it again, Witten over the top again. We saw how effective the quick passing was to Ewan Stevens, but he didn't have the length to get to Liam Tyndall, and it would have just been better dropping on it.
Yeah.
Essentially, the simplest things work. As the referee once again paused, stops the clock, pauses play. Seeing another quick water break. Be a good chance just to have a look at the scores that we've already had on the board so far in this game. So starting early on, we had 2 quick tries from Bradford. Eben Skur has taken advantage of this quick play of the ball from Foster onto McGill, and we just see there Skur bouncing that ball as the play comes back into action through Murphy Smith, who gets a good carry away there.
Yeah, that's a very good carry.
McClelland and Witten on the back. Matthew Race making the score 12 points to 0 in favour of Bradford before Leeds bounce back. Brad Martin, Liam Witten and Ewan Stevens on the board for the Rhinos. As the Bulls have called on the substitutes, it's Cameron Berry. They're wearing 16. And Madoti as well, wearing 14. Goes straight out dummy half and just takes the ball to ground.
Yeah, we just need to slow them down. They're just 2 quick play balls, and it's definitely not what we need in this weather as well, because get tired a lot quicker.
Especially with the fresh legs as well, they'll take advantage of gaps in behind the defence. As the Bulls come forward once more, 20 metres from the Rhinos line here. Littlewood onto Shackleton, looking to expose the right edge. Race just grounded there by Johnson. Dupree in there as well with the heavy strapping on his left arm, and the knock-on is given in favour of Leeds. And just when Bradford really were building that pressure, Leeds do well.
Yeah, that's good defence there, and the errors are just, both teams just need to cut errors out, and yeah, need to get a good set now and get out of our yardage. Good kick, complete, and just keep him down there.
So it's an estimation, but there'll be roughly 10 or so minutes left in the half, and leading will be key, as we say, especially in the heat, as Morehouse, big carrying at the line, carries 4 men with him before he has to go down. It's the sort of person that you want powerful and potent off the bench. McClelland with Witten now, looking to beat Shackleton on his outside, and the halfback's up to the challenge. Which sure doesn't go any further. Brad Martin picks it up off his kneecaps before taking it into the line, and he's called for a high shot. Back-to-back sets it's killing Bradford. It's killing
definitely.
Bradford.
Especially when they just give him field position up. It's definitely going to be killing them.
But on the other hand, for us, it's a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
So close to the line once more. O'Connor. Really reeled the substitutes. William Adams also out there, just to help the pack out. McClelland quick at the line, applies that speed. Spence spots the gap. Spence fends away, and Spence scores. As easy as that and as quick as that, Leeds are in again.
Just at all the right shapes there, and through that dummy, and use his pace to get through that gap.
It's only his second try of the season, Harvey Spence, but we just see it's the speed here from McClelland, just running it at the line, and Spence gives it a look, knows that Bradford are packed in, and knows he has the speed to rush through.
Yeah, knew had the speed, and just give that bit of an handoff to fullback, and yeah, good try.
They're a great half-back pairing, aren't they, Spence and McClelland? Very experienced as well.
Yeah, very experienced in it. They help a lot out on field as well.
for a young hooker, that must be really sort of inspiring for you to have players like that around you.
Yeah, it's always good to have players like that around me, and they do help out a lot on field, and they do encourage you and stuff in training and teach you new things. Yeah, it's good to have that experience out on field.
Spence, easy as you like in front of those posts, makes us score 20 points to 12, and Leeds have done a really good job to get back into this game and lead by 8 points with half-time beckoning. We speak about McClelland and Spence. You can put Cora Johnson in there as well. Very experienced spine. McClelland and Johnson both played at Featherstone on dual registration this season. So there's also, you know, Jack Broadbent and Sam Walters as well. You can include in that. They're both at Batley. Tyler Dupree spent time at York. There's some very experienced players in this lineup, and it's Hamill who's on the field for his first touch of the game. Just bounces out. Silly mistake to make on the first play.
Yeah, we're applying that pressure as well on Bradford as they tire, and might just give them a lifeline in this game.
Can't even say it was the sun either with that one. Nicely in the shade. Plenty of time. But as we say, the error count has to be low for Leeds in these conditions. As Bradford start the new set with Madoti. Now it's coughed up again. This time by Adams.
Good tackle.
And a turnover play, and just what Leeds needed. Just what Leeds needed.
Yeah, now we can continue to apply that pressure.
And build from here. Martin just allowed to ramp up and get the ball away to McClelland, who refuses to go down. At times does the man wearing number 7 for Leeds. Hamill looking to just restore a bit of confidence with a nice drive in. Not too sure he's playing out on the field, Hamill. Maybe at loose forward, yes. Dupree, and the ball's just knocked out of Johnson's grasp. Clever there from Shackleton, you have to say.
Yeah, he just knocked ball out and it's got free, but we're still in their half and we can still keep applying this pressure. Just need a good D set here before half time.
As Bradford come forward once again.
Good shot there.
Sam Smith, as we say, a brilliant shot. Hamill and Morehouse in there, just stopping the centre in his tracks. As Coleman looks just wriggle a few more metres away under 3 Leeds defenders. As now it's Foster into the arms of Sam Morehouse out there in the pinky coloured boots. But Shackleton who gets that ball away off his boots. A little bit of miscommunication there from Witten.
Another 7 tackle set there. Just to keep tiring him out.
You're right, another 7 tackle set, and you talk about tiring. Ewan Stevens looks like he isn't any time in this game too. And McClelland just gets away from one, and off he goes, Callum McClelland. Puts the afterburners on, looks to break away, gets away from Littlewood, and is in for his 4th try of the season, Callum McClelland. Easy as you like. Scored his last try coming against Wakefield. Scoring twice in that game at Bellevue. But he has a 2nd try of his Stanley career after scoring against Wakefield at the start of the season here. Just going to see it again. It's a brilliant little play. Takes the ball out of dummy half. Uses Brad Martin as the decoy. He's too strong for 2 Bradford defenders.
Yeah.
Just breaks away.
Shows some good pace there as well to get away from him.
Get out of the way, referee. Gets away from Littlewood just to finish that ball, that playoff under the posts, and marks his return with a well-deserved try the way he's played in the first half of this game. It's just started to cool down nicely as well here at Stanley. Well needed more for Bradford, you'd have to say. To be Stevens, who's taken over the kicking duties. To add to his tally, he's got 12 so far this season, 7 of which came against Wakefield at Bellevue. He's got a try, and he's got a goal right in front of those posts, taking the score to 26 points to 12, and Leeds really asserting a dominant lead now, Ollie.
Yeah, we're definitely putting the pressure on, and I think it's getting to them and they're getting tired, and we just need to keep applying this pressure because it's definitely breaking them down.
It's been a great comeback. To say they were 12 points down early on. As we said, no alarms, no panic buttons, just stayed composed. And have got some great tries in this one. So ball once again, Hamill doing a really good job to take that ball. It'll do his confidence the great of good. And doesn't want to slow up either going in at the line. Dupree carries 2 defenders with him. It takes a third. It's Adams in there to take the number 15 down. Johnson just swaps the direction of play back into Brad Martin. He's playing really well out there, Brad. In the back row. Morehouse bounces away from one. Gets the ball back to Hamill, who's just waiting in behind. A little slip as well.
Good offload there, just getting them on them second phase players.
Two tries against Castleford. Spence gets that kick away. And that's a really good kick.
Yeah, that's a really good kick. Just need to defend here and put that pressure on. Keep building on it.
As Brining takes that first one there, and now it's Sam Smith. Just looking to edge Bradford out of their half. It's a field position is everything in this game. And Leeds have done a really good job to reduce that. For the Bulls, it's Foster back off the bench. The man in the number 10 jersey. Just be looking to add a bit more power. But both him and Skur doing a really good job in that first half, in that first 10-15 minutes for Bradford. The kick is well fielded by Witten, who comes away. He's eventually grounded there by Coleman. Stevens says, and Markland, says, I'll have a go too. And that concludes the half. So after going 12-0 down, thanks to tries from Skur and Race for Bradford, Leeds really did hit first gear with Brad Martin, Callum McClelland, Harvey Spence, Ewan Stevens and Liam Witten all getting on the board for the Rhinos to ensure that they take a 26-12 lead into half-time.
Yes, a significant day and a milestone day in the stadium's history, and it's today that we're actually recognising and celebrating the opening of this Emerald stand, which overlooks both rugby and cricket, quite unique in the world, and this £43 million redevelopment of Emerald Head in the stadium. So it's decided that it would be very fitting, given the involvement that both Leeds Rhinos and Yorkshire Cricket have within the local community that this should be a community engagement day, a day which gives opportunities to so many people, youngsters and people from all different sectors of society to come and actually experience playing on the rugby pitch, playing on the cricket pitch. So it's an open day in effect, and a community engagement day.
So today it's our community opening day. We're starting off with an Aspire event. They're our partners. We've invited them down today to come and have a rugby festival here. Following that, we're going to have over 600 children coming onto the pitch to have a mass participation event. Today they'll have a great time. It's amazing to be able to provide this event at Headingley Stadium, one of the first events here since it's been redone.
As part of what we do, we try and engage as much as possible with the local community, and one of the key partnerships we've got is with Leeds Rhinos Foundation, and given that it's the fact that it's close to the start of the new stadium here at Headingley, we've got this Community Day event where people with learning disabilities are, as you can see behind me, are engaged doing their having a competition working towards hopefully one of them winning the Chadwick Lawrence Cup later on today. We've got loads of people that are really engaged now in sport, particularly rugby, who might not otherwise have been. So I'm just kind of really looking forward to the rest of the day.
It's good today. We've just rocked up straight after training and seen a bit of competition, a bit of fun. You know, it's good for us to come down and chat to them and sign some stuff and have a few photos and speak to them. It's brilliant, mate. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And it puts a smile on my face. Never mind these guys.
Momentous day in the club's history, the opening of the Emerald stand, the North stand for rugby, South stand for cricket. Great that we're here to mark such a momentous occasion following the transformation, two-year transformation of the stadium, all the great and the good of the people who've been instrumental in getting this concept off the ground and in the tremendous facility that we're in now. The facilities are amazing, they inspire people, they attract people, they engage people, and as we can see today we've had festivals on this morning on both the cricket and rugby pitch, and there'll be a mass participation event this afternoon. The foundations were effective anyway. We'll go on to bigger and better things because of what's going on here today.
The stadium that has now been created is truly one of the best in the world. It is absolutely unique. So you walk into Emerald Headingley Stadium now and you say, wow, I'm here, I'm somewhere special. And that will inspire future generations of both boys and girls for both rugby and for cricket.
You'll never see a stadium, or I personally haven't seen a stadium that you can sit down and watch the rugby, and then on the other side you've got the cricket there too. So it's definitely a class act by the club and by the council as well to get behind this fantastic facility.
Headingley is absolutely central to the sporting experience here in Leeds and beyond in Yorkshire. And I think, with the new stands, the new developments going around the ground, we are now one of the standout stadiums in the country. So well done to both the clubs for working so closely together and with partners around the city to make the dream a reality.
I don't think there's words to describe how proud we are, really. The actual investment that they put into communities is absolutely sensational. It's amazing, and it's really great to see our name up there, and we're so proud to be partnered with both the Yorkshire cricket side and Leeds Rhino side.
This afternoon we've got just over 600 local junior primary school children here from about 30 primary schools across Leeds, taking part in multi-sport activities. I think the biggest thing is we work with a lot of these schools week in, week out, but usually we have to go to the school, and it makes a nice change for them to come to world-class facilities now and take part with access on the pitch, which we're very grateful to the club and Ryan Golden, head groundsman, to let us on. How can you not be happy when you've got this activity going on behind you with all these children taking part in sport?
Yes, very proud. As I say, it's a significant day in the history of the stadium. We set out to create something special, to be able to retain international sport and recreate Headingley as a world-class venue. We've now achieved that, not only for sport but for business, for conference and banqueting, and for the citizens of this region to be able to enjoy.
A great day there, officially opening Emerald Headingley Stadium. Now, on Saturday, the Leeds Rhinos women will be in action, taking on the Castleford Tigers in the Women's Challenge Cup final. If you haven't been keeping up to date with how the women have been doing, take a look at their 3 rounds prior to and how they've got to the final.
Is spiralling. Oh, what a take by Goldthorpe. Oh, that is sensational. And now it's Courtney Hill puffing the cheeks. She's only got the line in sight here. Courtney Hill. Unbelievable solo effort there from the on-field captain.
That's what happens. That's what kids happen. I'd have to have that sometimes. Is it warming Batley? Batley del Sol?
Bat Vegas.
Bat Vegas. You just thought. Yeah, I read the You're having some
just had
gardening leave, that knee up. Oh, just put some passes on knee laid up, can't work. Get that tongue going.
To be fair, when I was
Just tell me, don't embarrass me. Yeah. I know you can't keep them all. It's better when they get second team. That's why I said all always had a second team. But first team's full back and second team's change the back. All your sharp players move them all around. When you know, where am I probably
So both sides back out for the second half. Leeds leading 26 points to 12, and I can welcome, he's made 12 appearances this season and has scored 4 tries. It's the twin brother of Ollie who's just been in. It's Joe Burton. Joe, just tell me your thoughts from that first half performance.
I thought, well, we were a bit sloppy to start with, but then we brought it back around at end of half.
Good characteristic from the side to bring, as you say, bring it back to score 26 points. Isn't something light?
No. I think they're a bit of an arm wrestle to start with, but then I think we came out the other side.
Has it looked similar to when you played them at Odsal, or do you think the heat has maybe taken an impact?
A lot more points in the first half than more at Odsal, but it looked quite close in the first 20 minutes.
We're hoping to see some more of that in this second half, as we expect from these derby clashes against the Bulls. As McClelland gives it on to Martin, and a decent opening set, you'd say, from Bradford. And now see Liam Whitten's now over on this left wing. Interested to see where Ewan Stevens has dropped into fullback.
Yeah.
It's Johnson. Gives the ball to McClelland, who pumps the ball high. There's no distance on it. It's allowed to bounce. Tyndall will reclaim. Just see it there. Ewan Stevens is in at fullback. There's no way that Tyndall can get the ball away there. Not maybe the end of the set we're looking for.
No, a bit better game management from Cal maybe.
And that'll help the Rhinos forward, hopefully, in this one, as Kieran Bryning takes the ball away just beyond the 40. Now it's with the substitute, Badotti. Look to make as much impact as he can off the bench. As Bradford once again rolling forward. Johnson and Delaney. So with a heavy strapping on his knee, as Race looks to set his teammates away, but instead is crumpled there by Morehouse, and well read as well by Martin. Flat pass goes to the ground from Murphy Smith. It's getting a little bit sloppy from a Bradford point of view. And Shackleton just, in the end, Grubber kicks out. A sensible option, would you say there, Joe?
Yeah, I'd say that, because I think their forwards get looking a bit tired in the heat.
So we will see a water break on the hour mark, and we're hoping that the dew storm doesn't make its way up. Even though it would be nice, rather than being out in this heat, it must be a nice one. Not obviously sitting out, because obviously you want to be out there playing, but in this heat.
Yeah, it is a bit warm to be playing, to be fair.
The Leeds have looked to have done a great job, and ball ripped there by Race. Good job there from the Bradford player. Whitten protested to the referee, but he says nothing doing. Foster under the line. Good hit from Whitten, showing his defensive qualities, as well as Bradford again go out of dummy half, and this time they won't be denied. I think it's Cameron Berry that's got that one.
Yeah, just big man on little man there, just crashed over.
Let's just see it again. You just see Liam Whitten just hits high. He does the right thing, but just doesn't have the power behind him. Stop him grounding the ball. So it was Shackleton that will await a kicking tee to start with before he starts his routine. As Bradford look to get back into this one, 26 points to 18. Should he kick it? 16 at the moment. Shackleton in front of the post, easy enough. Taking the score now to 26 points to 18, and it's a beautiful night for rugby, I'd have to say, looking at that one, Joe. We hope you're enjoying it on Facebook and on YouTube. as there's an action-packed August, 2 live Women's Super League games, and the last 2 regular season home games for the under-19s, both to be played at Emerald Headingley Stadium. You look, although you're out at the moment with your ankle injury, is that something you're looking forward to taking part in, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully I'll get back for them games, finish off season strong.
So they've given that as an 8-point try. Getting the shouts from upstairs. The referee giving Shackleton the extra conversion attempt. Just adds that little bit more drama, I guess, with it being 6 points. Not sure why he gave it, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
Compared to the 6 points that they scored against the Rhinos earlier in the season, Bradford will be very content with the 20 on offer at the moment. Stevens kicks the ball away. Shackleton will take on the full, gives it on to Keelan Foster. And belief will definitely be up in the Bradford camp at the moment, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, they're a lot better team when they're on a roll. Like last time we played them, they didn't really get going.
So you look at Foster and look at Skur, and they're leading the pack around, aren't they? The whistle for that first try is a great example.
Yeah, it seems like they look like they're running harder, like getting half through.
And we have to say, from kickoff, it has cooled down. So I think there won't be that much fatigue among the travelling Bulls as Modoti takes that ball in at the line, and they're going to have to kick from the halfway line. Well collected there by Witten, who has moved out onto that left-hand wing. Stevens now in at fullback. And taking the ball now, drops it off to Tyndall. Just runs it back into the line. 2 strong Bradford markers there to ensure they get no further. And now Markland just injecting a bit of pace in at the line, looking to win a penalty as well. And Martin, as we've seen throughout the game, running well and strong at that Bradford line. Dupree. No one around him, and he still gets the offload away to Morehouse, who shrugs off for a couple. You can see the ball, he was looking for the offload.
Yeah, he's known for his offloads, this Sam, especially in training all the time.
Must be a real killer for you out at centre, or a real helper, I guess.
Yeah, helping attack, but in defence it's like you have to do another tackle.
That's one thing that your brother said in the first half, and we did emphasise, that the more offloads that either side gives, it's going to take a bit out of both teams.
Yeah, especially in the heat.
As they look to come away this time, Sam Smith wearing number 4. And dropped eventually by Johnson, and Martin in there again. Strong tackling, he's doing a big shift in there as Brad. Shackleton just swaggers up into the line, and his eventual kick just bamboozles Tyndall a little bit. Picks up eventually and looking to find a gap somewhere, and gets away from Littlewood. Can't get away from the covering tackler though. And the linesman's on, he's noticed something in there. Leeds having the ball. Just get confirmation from the referee what that was, but again, as you emphasise, it's going to be more territory and possession in favour of the Rhinos, which will not help the Bulls here. We'll just see the outcome of this decision. Just a warning, I think, there for the Bulls half-back coming in under there. As Johnson just slices the kick out, not much on that one. Good enough for Leeds here. Johnson again onto Liam Hamill, playing in at loose forward. Was that Has that been planned at training over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it has, but it was a surprise really because he's a winger. But I think he's handling it quite well at the moment.
He's got the height. So the stature, I mean, he's not too dissimilar to Jared O'Connor.
No, yeah, they look alike as well. So.
As Leeds win yet another penalty. As the marker's not being square.
Hopefully we should get a roll on here.
It's easy enough when you're this close to the line. The pressure that you've talked about is still there.
Yeah.
And Leeds will just look to exploit it now with Dupree. Scored 2 tries going that way against Newcastle. And Leeds win another penalty. Do you kick for 2? That's.
I wouldn't. No.
You keep it rolling on.
Yeah.
You think it's the 3rd back-to-back set, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like they can have them here because look a bit tired, don't they? Like hands on hips, leaning up posts.
We've seen already the space that they leave on the edges.
Yeah.
Those three early tries.
Yeah, definitely.
For ourselves, Johnson looking for McClelland, and everyone just racing up out the line. And Brad Martin now, can he get over it for his second? No, he's just short of the line. Here for Leeds. McClelland again, flat onto Rowley, who's back out on the park, swarmed by white and black and orange shirts, as Johnson just looks to inch his way forward, just shy of, just to the left-hand side of those posts. Think they'll go left, they do. McClelland eventually picking up that ball over the
Great
top
ball.
to Witten, and yeah, beautifully weighted for the fullback to get his second try. Now up to 14 for the season, Liam Witten, and we're happy with that one. Looked a bit short, didn't it, that pass to McClelland, the way that the Bulls man ran out of the line, and there was always going to be the space. It was just where do you find it? The wing is the answer, as Witten gets his second of this game, and balance kind of resolved here.
Yeah. Bit of a bigger gap.
Had it not been for that extra conversion for the 8-point try, it'd be a nice healthy lead. 10 points should be sufficient.
Yeah, definitely. Good solid lead.
I know you can't see it quite on camera, but there's a great contingent just on the hill beside us here at Stanley. A lot of interest as well on the live streams. We thank you for tuning in and supporting both the under-19s and the women as well, who will be live on the red button for their Challenge Cup final. Coral Women's Challenge Cup final, I should say, against Castleford Tigers, as Stevens gets his second conversion of the evening, and Leeds now up 32 points to 20. Just over 10 minutes played in this second half, just over 50 over the whole game. I think the Bulls will be wanting that water break, just to break up the Rhinos' roll.
Yeah. We need to get a good kick-off set this set and just start it well.
Yeah, that's Liam Hamill into the line. I know we've said about him not being kind of a makeshift loose forward, but the speed carries through, doesn't it, as we've just seen there. Gets up to speed nice and quickly. Rowley just fighting to get himself to his feet. Johnson again switching the play to the short side with Delaney getting beyond 30 metres, shrugging away the defenders the markers, as Harry Anderson's out on the park. Kipak's teammate of yourself comes straight through from that community club through the scholarship.
Yeah, there's 4 of us. Good setup down there.
Just to clarify that's That's yourself and your brother Ollie, Harry, Tom Barton as well, who we've mentioned.
Yeah.
And this one all settled in nicely for this season. Plenty of game time for all of you.
Yeah.
That's a knock on. Easy enough for Tyler Dupree. And how many more times are we going to talk about pressure? That's the sense of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
10 metres from your own line.
Yeah, Bradford were really feeling the pressure now.
Tyler Dupree comes up with an effort like that. That's what helps when you've got the experienced characters in there. You know, despite having Sam Walters dropping out, Callum McClellan, we've already seen the influence he's had. Tyler, again, played the last couple of weeks when he's not been out with York, as Anderson just bobbles that one. It goes behind to Stevens, who reclaims it. The referee waves play on. As Rowley goes into the line, just looks to hold up a little bit before nearly getting himself over that line. McClelland jumps around one, looks to kick away, but still keeps hold of it. Gives it away then to Dupree, looks to carry a couple and looks to ground the ball, but he's given that as a knock on.
I thought he got that down.
I think he got that one down there, yeah. Tyler. We'll just see it on the replay. Great offload from McClelland. Just see him carry the ball over. It's in that right hand. He's got that down.
Yeah, I'd definitely say he got that down.
So we'll go on the call of the referee, but I think your comments on Facebook and YouTube will be the decider in the end with that one. Just a little break in play for the injury, and it's a good chance to take on water. Important chance to take on water. As we say, it has cooled down, but for those guys out there, it'll feel exactly the same.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bradford will have the feed. I guess a nice positive of it is that Bradford are in a good position defensively wise for us.
Yeah. Should keep them down here. Then they should have a bad kick, well, hopefully, and then return it near 50-metre line.
That should be a good return if the defence is up to standard, but they're letting men like that, like Murphy, Smith, run like that and make those metres nice and easily.
Yeah.
It's Coleman in at the line. Good tackle from Hamill. He's really pulling his weight in there. The referee does eventually penalise him. A little bit too much.
Yeah, a little bit holding down there.
Gives Bradford another chance. Just to swing the pendulum back in their favour. The 12-point deficit. Sam Smith in with the ball. Takes it to ground. Good tackle from Delaney, who pushes back across. But not many people are going to stop Eben Skur. He's already got one try and he'll look to set up another. Shackleton, quick play over to his right-hand side. Race looking outside onto Murphy Smith, who just slips at the last second. Good cover tackle there. It's Callum McClelland. And short side play. They shouldn't score here. It's well held up on Butterworth. Smith to Shackleton. Booms the ball midfield to Littlewood, who shifts it on again. And they're flat in front of the posts now, Bradford. McGill, flat pass, and Anderson just shoots out.
Yeah,
maybe could have let it go there.
Yeah, I'd say that was a wrong decision there. Should have let it unfold.
Unless he picks it up and goes, it's a foot race, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're right, Leeds had the men over. They had the cover tacklers. We've seen people shooting out the line for Bradford and the effect that's had.
Yeah, leaving gaps out wide, but we had numbers for definitely.
So choose the short side play. This time it's Kieran Brynan who looked to ground the ball, and the referee looks at his linesman. That's a good sign. And Bryanan's try is confirmed. taking the score to 32-24. And once again, this game is just swinging like a pendulum like they have this season. Just sit there, beats Liam Tyndall too easily. And although Stevens tries his best, it's not good enough for Bradford's winger to ground the ball. It's got to be a similar thought process to the first half, hasn't it, Joe? You can't really hit any panic buttons and make things happen when you, because essentially we've still got the lead here.
Yeah, we still have the lead, but I think they just need to relax a bit now and just keep going the sets good.
So the water break won't be far away. It'll just break any momentum that either team has had. We're breaking each other's, to be honest, the way this game has swung.
Yeah, definitely.
Shackleton with that left foot. Confirmed by the touch judges. So we are taking a water break here with Leeds on 32 and Bradford 26. So plenty of the players have said defensive efforts are going to be key, and nothing to be more key than this last 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, because this is going to be a very tasty one. As Foster takes that ball in first for the Bulls. 6 points the deficit at the moment. Butterworth making great meters. To the centre, getting him over the 20-metre mark. As McGill just waits, gives it on to Race. Just bursts away from 2 tacklers. That's with Skur, who just breaks away that little bit further and wins the penalty for Bradford. And we said that the error count and the amount of possession that either side's going to have is going to be key. More so in this last 20 minutes. Leeds cannot let Bradford have the possession and dictate this game.
No, definitely not, because Bradford now have field position and they can be dangerous there.
As we've seen, scoring 2 tries in this one, in this half. As Foster takes it into the line. Good tackle from McConnell, who's back out on the field. Looks to be playing loose forward in the centre of the park. Skur again on the drop ball back on his inside, but Dupree and Rowley are there. They're in a good position here at Bradford. Shackleton onto Race. Race should have given that ball again, but instead is wrapped up well by the Rhinos. 4th tackle here. McGill gives it to Shackleton. flat pass. But again, Leeds are just up to standard here. Shackleton jinks his way through. Goodman kicks back on his inside, and how close?
Just too long, wasn't it?
With Bradford there. And Ben Markland has just got to go.
Oh,
loses his footing.
there.
Like to see that effort once again. If he'd have stuck a hand out, what were the chances he'd have grounded it, as Tyndall comes up with the error. And Bradford once again back on the attack and with the penalty. The referee's going to call Johnson and Anderson over. Just going to see that effort again here. And a cute little kick back on the inside, and
so close.
Just needs to be a hand out there, and he's grounded that ball, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So Bradford then conceding, sorry, then winning the penalty, sorry, for dangerous tackle on Murphy Smith. As Coleman now takes the ball 10 metres shy of the Leeds line. Littlewood, flat pass to Foster. He's straight in front of those posts. Can go either way here, Bradford. They'll go to the right. Shackleton looks to dummy his way across, but McConnell does well. He's helped out eventually by Brad Martin. Another short pass again to Foster, and he's just short. This is a matter of millimetres here for Bradford. On the 5th tackle now. They keep it going to the short side. Butterworth shrugs away from Markland, who does a good job with the second effort, and the ball is not going anywhere. Good defence from Leeds. Just when it's required.
I think that Jared came back on the field for Dupree, I think.
You can just see him in the middle of the park there, just to the left of your screen. And there's a little bit of handbags in the middle. Brad Martin just having a quick laugh, but it comes with the passion of the derby clash. And especially with the scoreline as it is. But a little bit of frustration, I think, maybe from Bradford.
Yeah, I think that's Bradford's game, really. They want to draw us into that stuff, so we stopped playing our good rugby, really.
And you're right, it's key that we keep our eyes set on playing the rugby that's gained us great results over this season.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's reaching for a card. And that's a player off for Bradford. Just apologise for the language there. So it's Keelan Foster who's gone off for Bradford. He's got 10 minutes in the sin bin. Leeds looking to build here. So we do apologise for any language that you've heard that does offend you. We do apologise. As Martin takes it in for the first here for Leeds. Now with Rowley. Big hit up again, and that's something that's been pounded upon the first year prop throughout this game. As Johnson just gains a couple more metres. Quick play of the ball. O'Connor out dummy half. Shapes it to Rowley. Instead goes himself, gains a few more metres. And eventually coughs up the ball. It's going to be a tense last, well, let's say we're closing in on the last 10 minutes. It'll be very tense. Not that it isn't already. We do hope you're enjoying it. Do stick around after the match as well. We'll be hearing live post-match reaction from head coach Rob Burrow. You can hear his thoughts on the game, as well as a couple of the players who've been out there today. See how they've thought of the result.
That made it 24-20. And we got train ago, 30-20.
As Bradford feed the scrum this time, Murphy Smith bringing that ball out and away. McClelland and Martin making sure that the tackle is strong. Interesting they didn't decide to go for the short side after the success. I guess they're not as close to the line, but the success they had on the score in that second try of the half. As Bradford are just motoring down and over halfway. A little slipping back play from McConnell. Just gives Ethan O'Hanlon enough opportunity to take the ball forward. Now it's with Skur. With the extra man here, Leeds, you'd be hoping that there's not any gaps at all. As Tyndall comes off the leg, and that's a sort of error that isn't very characteristic of him.
No. I wouldn't say that's a knock on. It came off his leg, didn't come off his hands, but I suppose it's the ref's decision.
So we saw the Tyler Dupree try.
Yeah.
Convinced. So Bradford again with the scrum, looking to bring this score back on level terms, and then it would make a very interesting last 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere. As Littlewood gives it on to Coleman, who comes back on his inside. It's a good tackle by Johnson, a needed tackle by the captain. And it's O'Hanlon, and it's Skur that comes up with the error, and you're questioning if that's not a knock on.
Yeah, I know.
And eventually Bradford do get their way over. It's held up. Just waiting to see as Coleman goes down in back play. That's McGill that nearly got over there for Bradford. Fans outside were convinced they got over for that one. As Coleman just receives that treatment, the physio for a cramp. So we are entering by the clock the last 10 minutes. So Coleman will be hoping he can see out the last few minutes.
Looks like cramp.
Looks like bad cramp. He's been down for a while.
Yeah.
So Bradford will get another opportunity now. Shackleton looks to have been sworn by McConnell, but instead just jigs away from him. Delaney and Barton, Johnson in there to stop him eventually. There's numbers on the short side as Littlewood. The ball eventually wrapped by Barton, who let go there on the fifth tackle, and Leeds survive again.
Yeah.
And that's something that we could that a defence might not have been pretty throughout the whole game, but when it's needed to be, it's been there. But Bradford, with all the pressure on Leeds, it's a good position defensively as Johnson breaks away. Could this be the game decider? Corey Johnson, no. He's just cut down by Kieran Brining. Tyndall now looking to make up for his earlier error. Taking the Rhinos into Bradford territory now. Anderson to McConnell. They can smell the chance here, Leeds. Ball comes out wide to Witten. Witten's got the space, but eventually just taken to ground by Butterworth and Shackleton in there. Markland, no one with him on fifth tackle. There's got to be an overlap somewhere. McClelland onto O'Connor. You can see the gaps on the screen. He just jumps away from one. Eventually he gets there, Jared O'Connor. It took a while.
Yeah, great footwork from Jared just to find the space there, and he just crashed over.
You could see the gap when Markland took it in, and you thought the chance might have gone.
Yeah, but that's really good to say like we're in the last 10. That could maybe be the decider.
See the composure from McClelland. And he doesn't panic, does O'Connor. He sees a defender, shrugs away from one, shrugs away from two. And you know he's scored once he gets past that second man.
Yeah.
It just eases the tension a bit. Making the deficit 10 points. Soon to be 12, you'd expect, with Stevens slap bang in front of the posts.
Yeah, I would expect it to be.
So, fun fact for that one is that Jared O'Connor's now scored in all 3 of the home games he's played in. That's Newcastle today and Warrington. All of which, you know, Leeds have won. Stevens just takes his time. The right foot straight through the uprights, slices them nicely. That makes the score 38 points to 26, and there's just some breathing space now, Joe. We can calm down a little bit.
Yeah. We just need to get a good kick off here. Can't be giving up the ball early.
Composure is key. As we could just see Corey Johnson exiting the field. Just see him in the dugout at the moment. I expect maybe Spencer's come back on.
Yeah, maybe.
Just to give the hooker a rest, and he's done a really good job here. As it's Markland who...
Yeah, it looks like Spencer's gone to hooker.
First time he's played this position this season.
Yeah.
Just, I guess, gives Harry Anderson a good chance.
Yeah, to get a good half in it on the plane.
With the experience around him as well.
Yeah.
As McConnell takes the ball over halfway, walks that away. McClelland onto Anderson. He's out the back to Stevens as shapes it inside to Barton. And just gets away eventually from the Bulls' defence. Fights to get to his feet. Spence. Anderson to Rowley. Bounces in at the line. Not taking any prisoners. He can't at this stage in the game. Spence goes short side. Grubber kicks it in behind. Looking to apply a bit of pressure here on Kieran Bryning, who added his name to the score sheet.
Yeah, that's a very good kick there from Harvey. Now we can keep them down there.
It's a good place looking at the time. It is estimated, but the referee just pausing play momentarily as McGill looks to take the balls out. Here, Sam Smith. Good cut-down tackle there from Barton, as we expect from the centre. Very good defensively. You guys have said it yourselves.
Yeah, he's always been like that.
Not many people get past him. You don't find him missing many tackles either.
Oh, no.
Littlewood Grubber kicks the ball away, and that just goes into touch, and a little settle you'd expect looking at the clock. It's not the best position in terms of territory that you'd have thought maybe a bit of a deeper kick would have been a better option.
I think they've been hoping for a deeper kick there.
Where they are at the moment. Leeds will just be looking to, as we say, be composed and finish this game well. It's Tyndall at the line, good tackle from Bradford, and they're going to have to be if they want to have another shot at the Leeds line. Markland looking to just take on Murphy Smith. See him look momentarily out wide to Liam Whitton, but instead takes it in himself. Now it's McConnell, stumbles again in the middle of the park. Well, again, is another handful to put down and knocks on. Importantly, if you're a Bradford fan.
Yes.
Sort of error that doesn't need to be, that really needed to be cleaned up.
Yeah, puts a bit more pressure on our lads there.
So slap bang in the middle of the park. So they're looking to just apply a lot of speed here, Bradford. They know that there's 2 scores separating them and the Rhinos at the moment. Littlewood takes the ball to the Leeds 40 on the second tackle here for Bradford. Sam Smith, the same people that they're relying on here, Bradford, to take the ball in and help them out. Foster back on the field after his 10 minutes in the sin bin. Definitely looking to add to the strength of the forward pack, and that's a sloppy pass who goes to ground, and Kieran Browning picks it up, and it's a late call.
Yeah.
That eventually is for the knock-on. So there's a head and feed to the Rhinos. Joe's got the important question of man of the match. Who would you give this one to, Joe?
Ooh, probably McClelland. I thought he had a solid performance, especially in the first half. He really stood out.
Scoring 1 try, and he's creating a smattering of others in this game.
Yeah.
Definitely a choice that we can all agree with. Definitely had an impact coming back into the side. That man now shifts it onto Martin and just looks at the space. As we've seen Stevens move back out until just to fill in at centre. He finds his knees quickly, plays the ball then to Spence. McClelland onto O'Connor. Keep running like that, even when the clock stops ticking. It's a large one over the top as well. McClelland shapes the ball back inside. McConnell's away. McConnell's away down the middle, drops it off back inside. Great offload to McClelland. And Leeds sniffing out more points just to finish the game. Rowley to Spence. Kicks the ball high, looking for Witten, who jumps, he catches the ball. Liam Witten claims a hat-trick and finishes this game for Leeds. Elegant from the fullback and winger to claim his 3rd try of the evening. We see it here again. Spence, delicate kick over the top. Murphy Smith under all sorts of pressure. And Witten just plucks that ball out of the sky to touchdown for Leeds. Making the score 42-26. And Harvey Spence will look to just cap off the win by slotting the 2. So a big thank you to Ollie and a big thank you to Joe as well for their comments throughout the game. We really hope you've enjoyed it and that you stick around afterwards to hear the reaction from Rob Burrow and the players from the field. As Spence loops round, slots the goal, and we're still going to play on. Must be just a matter of minutes left in this one. Commentators' curses this up. Score 44-26. And you'd think maybe a short kick-off here.
Yeah, possibly.
Just get the ball back,
yeah.
Even if it's any points. Say the wind's far away from them as it is. Littlewood kicks the ball away and it's just allowed to bounce, but Brad Martin does well. Does really well to just bounce on the ball and eventually pushes away Shackleton. It's Markland now. It goes down. That's a head high, if anything, and in a bit of agony there is Ben Markland. Didn't look a nice one, that one, Joe.
No. Looked like he might have been hit in the head there.
An elbow in the tackle or something.
Yeah, maybe.
See the little bit of afters from Martin there, and just see there. See the elbow. I think that's. I think that's Skur there that comes in with the swinging arm. He's back on his feet, which is great to see. He will have to come off for at least the head assessment. So Leeds with the penalty inside of Bradford territory. And a much needed 2 points when you look at, they've put us temporarily in second spot.
Yeah, it will.
Is that space that you guys are really are looking for, a home tie for the semi-finals?
Yeah, that's what we want.
As that's the final play. So Leeds, after going 12 points down early on, thanks to tries from Bradford's Eben Skur and Matthew Race, Leeds bounced back, giving themselves a 26-10 lead at half-time with Brad Martin, Callum McClelland, Harvey Spence, Ewan Stevens, Liam Whitson getting on the score sheet. Leeds continued that in the second half, Whitson crossing twice, and Jared O'Connor also adding his name to the score sheet. Bradford's only scorers there came from Kieran Bryning, just to make the score 44-26. Don't go anywhere, as there'll be post-match reaction from Rob Burrow and the players. So, live post-match reaction from Stanley after Leeds Rhinos under-19s beating Bradford Bulls. Rob, how is it to get another win in the derby match?
Yeah, it's always nice to get a win, obviously at home, and even more so in the derby. You know, I've played in loads of Leeds Bradford games. It's always nice to get one over the enemy.
Were you happy with the way your guys performed tonight?
Not defensively. Yeah, to concede 26 points at home, all soft tries, is disappointing. But you know, we know we can score tries, but you know, we focus every week on being good defensively. And obviously, we got the win, some really good stuff on show, but defensively, it weren't the best performance. So that's something we need to address pretty quick.
How did you plan for the heat? Was the inclusion of Liam Hamill and Harry Anderson influenced by that?
Not really. I mean, obviously, as a development team, you've got to give people a bit of opportunity, and you know, we have no more middles left anyway. So that's why Liam Hamill came in as a middle, who's been looking real physical in training anyway. So no, I thought he did great out there. You know, some players. I thought Sam Morris were great. Obviously, Callum McLean came down and showed you know, that he's a first team player, and you know, I thought a lot of people stood up. Just disappointing that we conceded that many tries.
And how did Callum play coming back into the side after 3 games out?
Yeah, you know what? He's a really smart player. Not only is he was he 19, but he's probably, you know, his game management is probably that of a, you know, an aging halfback. So he's really good in that aspect. And every time he comes down here, he makes an impact. And I think that's important when, you know, the first team squad players come down. They really put an imprint on this game, and Callum does every time he comes down.
So this will be the last time we play here in terms of the regular season. The last 2 home games will be up at Emerald Headingley Stadium. How are you looking forward to your side being part of that?
I'm looking forward to being part of it, but you know, we love being at Stanley as well. It's a great headquarters for us, and we love playing here. The people are great, the club's great, so it's a great base for us. But obviously, looking forward to playing on Emerald Headingley. You know, these kids dream of hopefully playing on there one day. So for some of them to taste that in the next 2 games, it's probably a dream come true.
Thank you very much, Rob. So I'll call in centre TJ Barton. TJ, a great performance from yourself today. Were you happy with how you guys performed?
Yeah, I thought we were a bit rubbish defensively, but offence we threw some good shape at them.
And out on the edges, you did find a lot of space and a lot of opportunities. Was that something that you targeted during the week?
Yeah, well, there was a few errors in the middle, but then again, that's part of the game.
And being part of a derby clash here at Stanley, was that something that really excited you coming into the game?
Yeah, it's always great playing in a derby, and to get the win at Stanley, it's great, yeah.
With only now, we're temporarily second in the league. Is that somewhere that you want to stay going into the playoffs?
Well, it'd be good to be first, but it's crucial getting the wins. Yeah, crucial getting the wins.
And so, thank you, Tom. I'll call in Liam Hamill, the makeshift loose forward today, Liam. A great job from yourself out there.
Yeah, I was quite happy. Obviously, we've got no middles left, so being a winger, Rob's called me in and asked me to do a job, and you know, I did my best out there today.
You look really comfortable among the forward pack. How did they shape up against yourselves?
Yeah, I think I got a lot of help from our boys. You know, the more senior players just try to help me into my role a bit, and you know, that really helped. Obviously, a bit of a tough job out there, but I felt like I handled it all right. So, and obviously happy to get the result.
Down this left-hand side especially, how tough was it to get back into the game after going 12 points down?
I feel like we had a big focus on trying to start the game big, and it didn't really go to plan. You know, a couple of early tries, but I felt like we knew it'd be a tough physical game. It's a derby game, and it felt like a derby game, and both sides were just throwing it at each other, and it turned into a really physical game, which, you know, we stuck with it and we came out on top at the end. So I'm really happy with that.
And a hat-trick for Liam Whitten out on, well, first at full-back and then out on the wing. How crucial is he and his performances to this side?
He's been absolutely brilliant all year. You know, he's scoring tries for fun really, and he brings a lot to the side. Whether he's playing full back or switching out onto wing to give Ewan a go at full back. Yeah, I think he's been brilliant, especially today, just getting us those crucial tries to get us over the line.
And like I've said to Rob, the last 2 home games will be played at Emerald Headingley Stadium. How are you looking forward to running out on against Widnes and St Helens?
It's really exciting to play at Headingley. I think it's one thing playing here, and we're really comfortable playing here, and it's really great. But I think it's another level playing at Headingley. All the boys get excited, and everyone's ready. It's just another level really of atmosphere.
Thank you very much, Liam.
Cheers.
So, into August, it's a very packed month. We've got 2 Women's Super League games and 2, as I've said, under-19s academy fixtures against Widnes and St Helens. There is live Leeds action this weekend on Saturday. Leeds Rhinos women will be playing Castleford Tigers in the Challenge Cup final, which is live on the BBC Red Button. So do tune in and support the women as they look to retain the Challenge Cup. But until we take on Widnes Vikings, see you later.